Hello and welcome to the Sagittarius New Moon Community Ceremony. I'm doing it a little bit early because it is the week of Thanksgiving in the US, and I wanted to do it before people may be traveling. So the actual Sagittarius New Moon is not until Wednesday this week, but you can sort of already feel a shift in the energy as we step out of Scorpio into Sagittarius. And I'll talk more about that in just a minute. If you don't know me, my name is Judy Keating, and I get to work with Bonnie Salomon as the co-creative managing partner of Wise Transformation, where we are two women intent on bringing elemental wisdom and feminine magic back into everyday life. If you're not used to being with us live on the calls, normally what we like to do is we go through the information, and there'll be some sharing portions where you can type in the chat, or if you choose, you can unmute to share what you're getting, because your wisdom is a part of this call, and sharing what you get helps other people, whether they're here live or on the recording. So I just invite you to share if you feel comfortable. And if that doesn't feel right to you, if you could just let me know when you're done, because we're going to ask some probing questions as part of our ceremony. If you could just let me know you're done in the chat, that way I can pace the call so that everyone has time to complete what they need to do to be ready for the Sagittarius new moon. So our agenda today is I'm going to talk to you about some upcoming events. I'm going to call in sacred space. We're going to talk about the timing. And today I'm adding in a Crystalline Consciousness Technique mini session. So I'll explain what that is once we get there, if you've not experienced that before. And, then we'll have ceremonial guidance. And the call may run a little longer than an hour. It just depends on a couple of things, and one of those things is the energy moving, which I don't have any control over, so I like to give you a fair warning that it may be a little bit longer than an hour. So I'm so glad that each of you are here, and the first thing I want to do is talk to you about some upcoming events. Bonnie Salomon, my business partner, has been working in the field of legacy for the last 5 years. What do I mean by that? She has crafted an understanding of legacy and how our lives that we live every day create our legacy. And this course that she has created, called Your Spectacular and Courageous Legacy, lets you do the course at your own pace with the additional benefit of one-on-one coaching with her. And this legacy course is different than anything else I've seen out there because it talks about the legal logistics of a legacy, making sure that you have all of your details in order to leave a legacy. But much more importantly, and collaboratively with that, there is information from the elemental forces about how to enliven the legacy that you leave in terms of how you show love to other people, how you create memories with other people, how you live a life that is an integrity to who you really are, so that people recognize you and are around you, and you can influence them while you're alive. And the legacy that you live is how to show the next generation or the people closest to you how to live an authentic life. This course is an incredible value, and it's a contribution really to understanding that, death is a part of the life cycle, and preparing ourselves to leave a legacy in every aspect of our life is really a great map for living a life that is full of joy and alignment with what is in the deepest truth for you, which is such an alignment with the Sagittarius energy. So I wanted to speak into a little bit more about Bonnie's course, Spectacular and Courageous Legacy. You can check it out at Wise Transformation. She is doing a special sale till the beginning of next year, because she really wants to help as many people as possible align their life to creating a great legacy. So there's information about that. And then I'm doing 2 CCT classes. So you're going to get a little taste of CCT today, because I'm going to do a group mini session, which will offer some clarity and healing. And there's a protocol that you can learn to do your own self-healing. It's called transformative self-healing. And I'm going to offer that class, the 3rd weekend in January. And it is a 3-module class, but it has a bonus individual coaching session for each person to make sure that you're using the protocol to your best advantage. This protocol has been life-changing for me. And in addition to that, the following weekend, I'm offering the course Expressing Your Purpose. And this course is all about utilizing your own co-creativity so that you can get stuff done in such an easy way. And these 2 courses are so effective at helping you to have a framework in your life that I'm offering a special bonus. If you sign up for both classes, then you'll get $50 off. So the classes are being offered individually. If one of the classes calls to you and what the other one doesn't, they're standalone, so they don't have to be done together. But I find that the people that do both really get tremendous value out of utilizing crystalline consciousness for their own healing and protection, and then moving their creations forward. So doing both is a real benefit. And I want to encourage that benefit by giving you a $50 off incentive to do that. And then lastly, we don't have all the details ready yet, but I did want to mention to you that we are presenting a course throughout 2023. It's going to be a quarterly support experience. And it's going to begin on Tuesday, 23. Let me just mute that one. Okay. Thanks. Just wanted to make sure we don't have the reverb on the recording. So details on this are coming soon. It's very exciting. It's going to involve 12 spectacular women and a committee of people who have worked hard to make sure that we have an offering for 2023 that is easy to access, that is incredibly beneficial, and that will support you all year long. So we are excited at Wise Transformation about Illuminating Your Soul 2023. And more details will be coming very soon about that experience. So those are our upcoming events. So before I talk about what the new moon does, I do want to call in sacred space. And I invite you to call in sacred space for yourself as I'm doing it. In other words, if you align with the elemental forces, then whatever support you want to put in the circle, you can type in the chat if you want. I'll add it verbally to the recording, or if you choose to do it on your own, just send the energy from your heart with whatever you are intending for this beautiful new moon time. So I'm just going to encourage you to imagine that all of your weight is going to your seat. So you can just close your eyes and just imagine where you sit. All of your weight is moving to where you sit. And just thinking about it, you can kind of feel that part of your gluteus maximus getting heavier. And what that does is it brings you really present. Just thinking about it makes you sit more in the chair or sofa. And it brings you to the here and now. So with that, take a deep breath. And I ask Earth, our beautiful planet, the beautiful structure that we have, that we learn from, that we co-create with every day, We just have so much gratitude for you, not only this week, but every day. And then we call on water, the emotional realm, the element that flows, the element that nourishes, the element that gives hydration, and the element that allows for us to be playful and loving. We just invite the energy of water today. And air, the powerful unseen force, the mental realm, the place where we can envision, we can imagine, we can illuminate with our thoughts, we can up-level, we can soar, we can have a vision for the life that we are creating every day. Air, we just welcome you today. And fire, we're going to be talking a lot about fire today with Sagittarius, so I just want you to invite the warmth of fire, the growth that fire brings, and the action realm. Doing for ourselves first, and then maybe for others, helping us to allow our life force to run at its full capacity. This is a time to truly imagine and work for a future. It's time for us to seek and learn what is calling to us so that we can bring it back and share it with our communities. So fire, for that ability, we really thank you and we welcome you. And spirit, the element that is a spark in each of us, the element that connects all things, that unifies all things, that allows for divine feminine, divine masculine to coexist. The sacred, whatever is sacred to you, I ask that you bring it to the circle today. And with the combination of these elements, we seek together to determine the right intention or intentions that we want to have with this Sagittarius new moon. Thank you all for participating with that. So when you have a new moon, which we will have in 2 days, we experience a boost of energy, and Sagittarius is probably one of the most energetic signs there is. And that particular sign, I'm going to talk specifically about, but being a fire sign and the broadest, most expansive fire, you can get a real boost of energy over the next couple of days. And many people use that boost of energy in the US to either prepare for or to travel, to go to be with their family at Thanksgiving. So you want to just see what wants to move through you at this time. What truth is working with you. And as we mature, as we grow, as we change, what's true for us, what takes center stage in our truth can up level, can shift, can morph into something else. So just allow for that. And with the sun and new moon in Sagittarius, it is the most expansive fire, as I said. It's dynamic, outgoing, truth-seeking, and it's also a very joyful fire. Sagittarius is a very positive sign. And it is the quester. It is the one who seeks, and we seek in all kinds of new ways, whether that be seeking on the inner or someone who loves to travel, someone who is seeking new information, taking classes, learning new healing modalities, creating new things. This is the Sagittarius fire. And the underpinning of Sagittarius is very, very unique in that it is passionately searches for the meaning of life. So it is always looking for an inner relationship with fire and spirit, because it is looking for truth, it is looking for the meaning of life, and it wants to share that fiery wisdom with their community, with their family, with their loved ones. And Sagittarius uses a lot of fuel. So whether you have this in your astrological chart or not, just be aware that we're in this window of having both sun and new moon. And so there could be an up-leveling to your energy, but it takes a lot of fuel. And what that means is you have to balance it with appropriate rest and rejuvenation. If you have a lot of Sagittarius in your chart, you may be somebody that goes and goes and goes and goes and goes, and then you might hit a wall. And even if you don't have it in your chart, you might feel that impetus over the next month as we get ready for the holidays and we start into this more frenetic time of year. So it's just really important to understand that this is a great time to become aware of what might be new to you. Sometimes we need to let things drop away that no longer hold a spark of interest for us, and make room for things that have more aliveness, that seem to brighten us, seem to bring us more energy. So just keep all that in mind as you start working on your intentions as we move forward. But first, I love this quote from Rumi. What you seek is seeking you. And many times as a seeker, we think whatever we're seeking is outside of us, and we kind of chase it and we move a lot towards something, trying to learn it, trying to understand it, trying to integrate it, wanting to share it, those kinds of things. If we allow for the possibility that what we want to know about, what we want to learn, what we are lit up by is lit up by us, it helps us to develop more of a relationship with whatever it can be. It could be that you're learning new recipes, or you're focusing on your physical body and you're doing a new form of yoga, or you're going within and you're doing a new reflection practice. But just allow it to seek you as much as you seek it. And in order to help with that today, I'm going to do what's called a CCT mini session. And for those of you who know about this, just hold space for new people who are either here or listening to the recording. There's a little bit of hand movement that we do together with this. So I always include it in the recording because there can be someone new looking at it. And I'm going to do what's called an energy session. And this energy session is inviting new energy to move through your body in such a way that things that no longer serve you get released. And you're going to help, because I'm going to ask you at different parts in the session to put one hand on the center of your chest and one hand on your belly button. And I'm doing that motion now, and you don't have to be on camera, but I just invite you to feel how supportive that feels. One hand in the center of your chest and one hand on your belly button. And then just take a breath. And then I'm going to invite you to move one hand, and it doesn't matter which hand, you can't do it wrong. One hand above your belly button and one hand below your belly button. And we're going to go back and forth with those two motions a couple of times in what I'm going to ask you to do. And then toward the end, I'm going to ask you to put one hand on your belly button and the other hand atop it. And again, doesn't matter which hand's on the bottom, which hand's on the top. Just lay your hands on your belly button in a supportive way. And I've come up with some intentions that I think will be really helpful to utilize this window and to clear some things out. So I'm going to go ahead and start with what we call, setting up a field. And so if the words don't make sense to you, don't attach, don't worry about it. Just know that I'm inviting us to have an even tighter circle as individuals and in a group so that we can catalyze this special time. And then I'm going to use the word opening. And I'm not opening you up. Actually, I'm inviting your highest self to align with the place where all the solutions live, where all possibility lives. And as you align with that, I'm going to ask for a sacred geometry healing chamber to come through and remove anything that's in the way to clarify our intentions that I'm going to drop in today as a group. And then we'll close with the word mastery. So we'll wait for mastery to move all the way through, and I'll let you know when we're complete. But this mini healing, this group session, is intended as a gift. So I just invite you to relax. You can close your eyes if you want. I'll probably have my eyes closed for part of it. And just take a deep breath. I ask to place the vibration of opening in your individual crystalline energy field and in our crystalline group field. I ask to place the healing chambers in the appropriate order for this session for us today in your individual crystalline energy field and in our crystalline group field. I ask to place the vibration of the intentions of this mini session in your individual crystalline energy field and in our crystalline group field. I ask to place the vibration of the 23 crystal vibrations, the 11 universal needs, and mastery in your individual crystalline energy field and in our crystalline group field. I ask you to connect to the crystalline grids of the planet. I ask you to connect to the crystalline energy field. I ask that we connect to and through the crystalline energy field. So now's the time when I'm going to ask you to put one hand on the center of your chest and one hand on your belly button. And I have my hands in a position to help with that. I invoke opening. And just as a reminder, opening is just asking your highest self to align with the place where all the solutions live. That quantum field, if you will. And you may notice that you start to become a little more relaxed. Just allow that if it's happening. Okay, go ahead and move one hand above your belly button and one hand below. We're just inviting this beautiful energy to move all the way down your core column of light. And just hold your hands lightly there, one below, one above your belly button. Okay, go ahead and move your hand, one on the center of your chest and one on your belly button. I invoke one pure essence healing chamber. And it's probably no coincidence that the healing chamber pure essence is aligned with light. This sacred geometry shape helps you to clear out whatever is in the way of your light. Go ahead and move one hand above your belly button and one hand below. We're just asking this beautiful sacred geometry to move all the way through your energy system. And you're helping me by moving your hands. And you may notice that your animals come near. They really love this energy. Okay, so now I have some specific intentions. Your hands can just rest on your belly where they are. Because this is a time of seeking truth and wisdom and illuminating within, I ask to anchor in the following intentions as stated. A positive geometric configuration of synchrony, sustenance, and openness. Infuse clarity in how we each use our life force. Receive new truths with ease. You may feel energy shifts as each of these intentions gets stated. And know that these intentions will continue to work with you after. It's like a gift that keeps rippling. And now comfortably put one hand on your belly button and the other hand right on top of it. I invoke mastery. And mastery is all about right timing, right closure, meaning that we want to assimilate everything that's happened in the session and use it to fuel us standing on solid ground of this cleaner place. So we want to give a little bit of time for mastery to really take hold. Okay, as it is intended in the New Earth energies, we are complete with the session. I just ask for assimilation for each person. And you might want to just move your body a tiny bit, move your shoulders, move your head, stomp your feet, kind of bring yourself back physically. That was a beautiful session, ladies. Thank you for your energy. And I sincerely hope it is a benefit to you. I have a feeling you're a little more relaxed than you might have been when you got on the call. Yeah. Mia commented that the energy was strong tonight. Yeah, she mentioned that to me. And yes, that's a good noticing, Mia. Yes, it is. All right. So we're going to dive into our inquiry. Take a sip of water if you have some. I'm going to do that. The next part of our call that we use this particular deck. It's because it's the deck that has been used for so many years. The good news is that Lisa Michaels, the creator of the deck, has updated it and it's now available for sale. So if you don't own the deck and you want to own it, and there is a digital version, I do want to make sure you know that, so you can have an online version, something you can have on your phone, at lisa-michaels.com. But this Elemental Forces of Creation Oracle deck is something that's been a part of our community for years. And we utilize it so that we can have a touchstone to the elements with this beautiful, beautiful deck. So if you have your own deck, I'm going to encourage you to draw your own cards. But when we move through the elements, I came up with a question. I sort of surrender in prayer and I seek what the question should be, especially for Sagittarius. I was seeking. So There's a question that I just put here, but it doesn't have to be your new moon intention. What fire needs to be lit to illuminate my growth? That doesn't have to be your new moon question, but you do want to have an area of inquiry where you are focused, so that when you get your answers from the elements, you know what action to take in terms of what your final intention will be. And I'm going to play a little music here, and just whatever is moving for you, you can use my prompt if you like. But in this time of Sagittarius new moon and sun that's coming up on Wednesday, you do want to see what wants to give you more truth, more meaning of life, more using fire to your highest good. So reflect on that and just come up with an area of focus. So I can pace this accordingly. Please let me know when you're done. And if you'd like to share what you're working with, it really does help everyone. So you can either unmute or you can type in the chat, whatever feels right to you. I have a couple of responses. I'm going to wait just a bit longer. Give everyone a chance to get their focal point. Okay. Looks like a majority of people are done, and I want to share some of the comments. I really appreciate you letting me know when you're complete, because I want to pace it for you. This is your call. So some of the things that came through were connection and speaking my heart to others from Bettina. Beautiful. And Tina shares creating my ideal environment at home, indoors, and out. Connections, creativity. Beautiful. Zandria shares free flow of passion, especially during my Thanksgiving creative retreat. That sounds like a ton of fun, Zandria. And then Janet shares, focus on creating a new aligned program for my biz. Perfect time to do that with Sagittarius, Janet. Great. Great, great. Good work, ladies. Okay, so we're going to move on to the cards now. And we always start with Earth, and I pull a card for the collective. Again, if you have your own deck, please pull your own card. I pulled Abundance and Fertility. And it just feels like, because it's so chilly and we are kind of having more dark hours, it felt like tending was needed. So I have a prompt that says, what needs tending in my physical world? But if this question doesn't align with where you are with Earth, or if you don't know what question, you can ask Earth herself. What does she have to contribute to you at this time? Or what does she want you to know? Or so trust your own instincts. You've got this. But if you want to prompt what needs tending in my physical world, and that it could include our physical selves, ladies. I just want to say that. But I'm going to play some music while you discern the right question to get information from Earth. And as you complete, just let me know and share if you will.
Can I share verbally?
Sure. Let me stop this
Um,
music, Okay, there we go.
I got organic timing, and I'm working on getting my physical world in order, and I think it gets my brain like jumping from which thing to work on first.
Mm-hmm.
And I got, let it come to me and don't force it. And I have a thing of focus on one drawer at a time. Growing up, I couldn't deal with cleaning my room, and my mom would be like, just clean this drawer. And so it's about, seeing which portion wants to be done and focusing on that
Mm.
through and not getting overwhelmed by all the rest.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yes, small steps, turtle steps. We used to call them in Martha Beck life coaching. That's the only way a project gets really done, is if you break it down into turtle steps. That's beautiful, Tina. I got a similar message about packing for Thanksgiving. I'm taking a trip, and I got a similar message about not waiting till the last minute and doing it in smaller steps. Beautiful. You want to share, anyone else, or let me know you're done? Thanks, Andrea. Just wait for a couple more people to give some indication that they're finished. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you. Now, if you're listening to the recording and this lovely group of women is moving a little faster than you, don't worry about it. You can pause the recording. I am going to slowly pivot towards water, but I want to give another minute or two. Oh, I think I just saw a comment that I want to be sure to share. Janet shares, my message was to clean up my home space and eliminate the things I don't need anymore. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yes. If we want new things to grow, they need room. So that's a beautiful message at this time, Janet. Thank you for sharing it. So appreciate everyone sharing their wisdom. All right, so now we're going to move to the emotional realm. And I got emotional awareness. And because this is a time where we might be in a group of people, if we do gather together for a meal, or there's any kind of celebrations that you go to, I got a question around emotional boundaries. What emotional boundaries need to be set to expand my creation? And if that question doesn't resonate with you, just ask Water what she wants you to know, or how can water support you, or any other question that comes to mind. I pulled emotional awareness from the deck for the collective. If you've got your own cards, please pull your own. And again, just reflect, because these things are all going to weave together to help us set a really powerful intention for the new moon. Tina gave me a note that she's ready to share, so it's perfectly fine to do it verbally. So go ahead, Tina.
I pulled feeling guidance,
Mm.
and what I got was allow my body feelings to let me know when my boundaries feel pushed or violated, and honor and speak that so others know my boundaries too.
Mm. What a beautiful thing to join Earth, your body, as your body compass, to be the leader in that. It's beautiful, Tina. I got a message about not being so serious, allowing this time to be filled with play. Anyone else would like to share in the comments? We'd love to hear. It's so beautiful when we all gather. There's so much wisdom here. Thanks, Lynn, for letting me know you're finished. Janet, only say yes when I mean yes. Stop saying yes when I really want to say no. That's brilliant, Janet. And I think there's a reason that I've heard it referred to as November. Oh, Bettina shares not to make promises, not to share some of my thoughts and plans too soon. That is for me right there, my friend Bettina. Thank you. That's a beautiful observation. Yes, we have to cultivate our own, like protect our creations. Janet liked the November. She says, I love November. But yes, Bettina, beautiful. That is a wonderful sharing, because we need to take tender care of our thoughts sometimes, and our feelings and our plans. Beautiful. See, when people share, it's just amazing what wisdom comes forward. Thank you. Thank you, ladies. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, we're going to turn now towards air. And I pulled the focus card. Oh, we have one more share here at least, and I want to be sure to share the comments. Lynn, you are wonderful. She says decide in December. I think we could come up with our own little thing here, ladies. This is beautiful. Yes, Lynn, decide in December. Thank you. Thank you for that. So I pulled the focus card. I don't know about any of you, but I've been having squirrel syndrome a lot in the last few weeks, where I just get distracted. Squirrel. If I were a puppy, I'd be chasing the squirrel. So I pulled the focus card for the collective, and pull your own card if you've got the deck. And this one, because we're seeking our own truth and meaning, I may give a little extra time for this question if you decide to tackle it. It may be too big right now, but it might be something you make note of. What truths have I discovered that are non-negotiable? An example for me of that would be that I'm going to take my time and not worry about keeping up with anyone else. If I keep that truth in myself, that really helps me. That I need to move at my own pace. That's a truth for me, as an example. And I'll put the music on again. You can tackle this question, or you can just ask air, or you can use the focus card if it's helpful. Let air move through you and speak through you, communicate with you, because it is the mental realm. Just take another minute or two and just let me know you're done in the comments. I see your message, Tina. Beautiful. I'm going to wait for just one more person so I have a majority here. Oh, thank you. Okay. So Tina, before I open it for you to share, I did want to share a couple of the comments. Janet says, the answers are already inside me. I can trust my body and intuition. When I read that, Janet, it just makes me breathe better. Thank you for sharing that. And then Lynn shared very vulnerably, and I thank you very much. She said, with the terminal genetic predisposition in my family, my non-negotiable truth is to continue keeping my mental thoughts in high vibe and keep boosting the immune system of my physical body with only natural medicine from Earth, clean foods from Earth, no pharmaceutical meds or vaccines, and keep focused on the divine with that knows the highest good for me, divine within that knows the highest good for me. Thank you, Lynn, for sharing that. So appreciate each of you. And Tina, if you wouldn't mind sharing, I would absolutely love it.
I drew thought, but I'm also kind of pairing them with your focus. And I put that I have to just continuously move forward on my commitment to myself and my self-care.
Yeah.
And I just need action and not get stuck in my thoughts and keep my thoughts positive and forward looking and focused on the outcome that I desire.
Wonderful. Wonderful. I'm going to have another comment here. Bettina says, bodily moving when I'm thinking too much. Yes. Yes, Bettina, thank you for that wonderful reminder. I have a tendency to get stuck in that way. I'm sitting down thinking about stuff and I need to get up and either dance or take a walk or just get down on the floor and play with my puppy. Thank you for that. Anyone else? I thought I heard somebody else on mute, maybe. Okay. All right, we're now moving to fire. Thank you for being willing to take a little extra time today, ladies. I really appreciate it. We are going to finish pretty soon. So I pulled the letting go card in fire. And, you know, energetic integrity really propels us forward. Energetic integrity is when our thoughts, our actions, our emotions are all in alignment. And so if you didn't work on the question with the non-negotiable truths, it's perfectly okay. But what actions, and they don't have to be large, what actions are being asked for right now? But trying to pair the air and the fire, I did pose the question, what do I need to make my actions in life in alignment with my non-negotiable truths? I know sometimes my actions and my words don't line up, and that ends up making me unhappy. So I thought I'd give us a chance to see if there's any way we can align our actions with our non-negotiable truths. So we'll take a few minutes for that. Or another fire question. I did pull letting go. Thanks, Lynn. I wanted to share that Cheryl gave us some great fire wisdom. Letting go of the false beliefs that give me a false sense of security, but keep me stuck in not taking the right action that will move me forward. Cheryl, thank you for sharing that. That is so essential. So essential. All right, we're going to move to spirit. And I pulled compassion, and I felt like that was such a beautiful card to pull at this time of year. Because one of the greatest things we can do for our inner fire is to have compassion for exactly where we are. So I did pull that card for the collective. And the question is, what is asking for expansion in my inner spiritual realm? And if you do have to go, I saw somebody had to step away. If you do have to go, I understand, but I appreciate you taking this little extra time today. I am going to play the music for spirit, and I'll give everybody a chance if they want to come up with a collaborative message of all the elements quickly, and I'll announce when the next circle will be. Thank you, Lynn. So some beautiful thoughts coming in. Janet says, expanding my belief in myself and my gifts. Absolutely. Bettina says, joy and love. Beautiful, beautiful. All right. Now, because of the time constraint that I set up about 75 minutes, I really want to respect your time. Oh, wonderful. Got a great share here. Tina pulled fire, radiant self. Keep moving forward on my truths. Let go of the old so my radiant self to shine through and express in the world. Spirit, upliftment, to allow myself to feel uplifted, positive, feel joy and exuberance. Beautiful, Tina. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you all for your sharing today. It's just been wonderful. So I do want to remind you before, Janet, if you wouldn't mind just pulling everything together. When you have time, I'm going to skip the time for unified field message out of respect for everyone that's here. But take a few minutes. We've got, the new moon isn't until Wednesday, so you've got an extra day. Take a little time and pull it all together. If you live in the US and you're celebrating Thanksgiving, I'm grateful for you. If you don't live in the US and you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, I'm grateful for you. That message is consistent throughout the year. Very grateful for each of you. And next time we're going to be together will be for the Gemini full moon. Oop, I got a solstice word in there. I made a boo-boo. But it's going to be Tuesday, December 6th. Oh, I made two boo-boos. I was going too fast, ladies. See, I didn't live my truth. 1 p.m. Eastern. Again, that's December 6th, 2022. It's a Tuesday at 1 p.m. Eastern. I will see you for the Gemini full moon community ceremony. And I wish you all a blessed Thanksgiving, a wonderful week. Thank you for your energy. Thank you for your input. You are a blessing. Enjoy this magical time. Anybody wants to say anything in closing? I want to be here. We've just got a few people left. I'm going to stop share. Oh, Bettina, thank you, Zandria. Thank you, Bettina. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Have a great Sagittarius new moon, everyone. Bye for now.